Waka waka waka, what's up, and welcome back to the channel for yet another FC Finch Transformers review, official Transformers review, since I feel we have to state these things these days. And to the end of the table, we have a very special review. We're going to be finally taking a look at the long-awaited Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. Now, before we get started, as you all know, I did do an unboxing previously about a couple days ago. By the time this video posts, I'll put a link in the description down below. I go over all the instructions, I take it out of the box, do a quick review of the box, all that good stuff. So in this video, I'm just going to do a quick look at the box. We got a lot to go over, so we're going to move Mr. 86 Optimus off the side of the table, and of course we have a nice animation of that iconic scene from Transformers the movie, looking real good. Yes, you can replicate this. There he is in truck mode, there he is in robot mode with all his little accessories. Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime for ages 8+, Transformers the movie, Generations, all that good stuff. Then we have a very nice mural of Optimus on the side. It's an authentic Transformer, since we need to state these things these days. And then on the back we do have all the cool little stuff that this truck does. He does quite a bit more than most. 40 steps to transformation, Optimus Prime, Transformers the movie. And then on the side we have 86 Optimus Prime. He is a Commander class figure. And on the top we got Transformers the movie, and at the bottom we do have a bunch of legal mumbo jumbo I don't understand. And let's get a good look at Mr. 86 Optimus. I'll bring the camera down, and straight off the bat, he looks great. Albeit, you know, he looks a hair on the stocky side, but that is but a minor nitpick. For a mainline figure, this looks absolutely awesome. We'll look at the head real quick, and you can see a very nice blue for the eyes. Looks like we got gray paint for the face mask, and of course we got the vent on top. The helmet looks very nice, cast in a nice blue. Even got some definition in the mask there. That is pretty cool. Got some nice orange for the running lights on top of the chest area. Is very nicely done. It looks like some clear plastic, and you got some blue backing right behind it. Has kind of a metallic look. It looks really good. You got some gray paint right here, some nice silver paint right here. They've outdone themselves on the paint for this guy. Moving on to the pelvis again. This looks, I'm not sure if this is plastic or actual white paint here. It does look like it's painted white and then yellow overlaying to the design on his pelvic area. That is pretty cool. We got tons of molded detail, all the necessary molded detail you could want at the shins, at the thighs. Again, moving on to the arms, you got the Autobot symbol right there. You've got the little arrows molded in, looking really sharp. Done in a silver plastic are his little stacks, which do like to move around on me. We'll get into that. You do got a silver paint for the gas tanks. That does look very good. Legs, nice, cohesive. You got tons of molded detail that you've come to expect on these modern figures. Same thing with the sides of the arm. You got a little bit of the breakup in the back, but that is all for transformation. He does have quite a bit of a backpack, but nothing MP44 owners aren't used to. And by MP44 owners, I mean me. And then of course you got this whole back area. Again, you got some little piston detailing back here. Does look very good, and same for some molded detail. I have to look. I haven't looked too much into this whole heel issue. I'm pretty sure mine are probably flipped the other way around. I'll get to correcting them at some point, but it doesn't seem to affect anything as far as I have seen. Yeah, there he is from the side profile. Overall, just really good looking. Talk about his articulation real quick. And the head does rotate. It'll go all the way around. It can go up pretty much straight on. Can look down just a hair. The arms are very intricate, so they will go all the way around. They will go out to the side. He does have a butterfly joint. So how this works, you can do a reverse butterfly, and this kind of tabs in right here, and it'll go back like that. Or if you want to push down on the arm, and that will unleash this, and then you got this butterfly joint here, and then you got this joint right here for tons of articulation. Push this back in and bring it down just like that. He does have bicep rotation. He does have a elbow that gets you 90 degrees. He does have wrist rotation as well. He does have finger articulation, so the top finger is quite a huge finger. It has a single hinge right here, and you get a single hinge right at the other three fingers, and then you get a base hinge for the rest of the knuckle to fold it, and he'll make a fist just like that. Move the arms out to the side because he does have a very nice waist, so mine's nice and sturdy. He does have hip panels at the fore and aft. You can move it out to the front for a fusion kick. You can move it out to the back for a fusion back kick, and you can move it out to the side for the fusion side kick, the trifecta of fusion kicks for Optimus Prime, no less. He'll give you more than 90 at the knee. Bring that down. He'll do a thigh swivel, very nice thigh swivel. You can see it's connected right here. It does work very well. And then, of course, you can get a nice toe tilt. Due to transformation, you can get a nice heel tilt as well. And lastly but not least, you can get a ankle tilt for days. We'll move on to his accessories next, but before we do, I just kind of want to state one little issue with mine. The smokestacks are supposed to kind of latch onto this tab right here, and they're able to move for reasons due to transformation. But mine definitely, they do not like to stay tabbed in. So again, when I'm posing this guy, it's just a minor annoyance, but I constantly have to correct these. I'm not sure if it's everybody's copy or just my own, but just something to kind of be mindful of. It's, again, once you have them posed, they typically stay where they are, but typically when you're trying to move around, these will move around with, and that's why if you see them moving around during the review, that's what they do. So either way, let's take a look at his ion cannon, his iconic blaster that we see him always using, and I think this is painted. It looks painted. You got like kind of a metallic sheen on here, done in a very nice charcoal color. Tons of molded detail. You got the venting in the back. You got some magazine detail right here. The barrel has all kinds of lines on it. I mean, seriously, this is probably like the best done cannon in all of mainline. It looks absolutely cool. This is typical for most mainline plugins. Just gonna plug it into the port on his wrist, and he will hold that just fine. Additionally, if you want some fire action for the cannon, he does come with a blast effect. In fact, he comes with two, but we'll get to this one later. But they are both done in a very nice clear orange, not like super clear. I mean, it is kind of dull at the back, so you can't see through, trying to make that look like a blast effect. And it does have a port right in the back, and you have a port right on the tip of the gun. You can just plug that in right there. It's a nice firm plug in, and he can boom, 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 destroy some Decepticons. So that is pretty cool. Additionally, he comes with his iconic Energon axe. And I said this during the unboxing, but I just think it's great how this has become a standard fare accessory for pretty much every Optimus figure in these modern times. And how we're going to do that is, of course, it requires a little bit of untransformation. You're just going to open up his wrist right here. You can flip his hand in just like that. You got a tab right here. You got a little slot right here. You're just going to close this up just like that. And you can see it has a port right on here. And you're just going to plug the axe in just like that. And yeah, he is totally ready to go to town against some of the Decepticons. We'll take the blast effect off because, of course, if you don't want him to hold his blaster, you can, of course, store it on his back. So he does have a port here and a port here. And you got these little rectangular ports here. And all you're going to do is you're just going to plug it in right on his back. It does sit quite firmly, and actually I do kind of like the hunting style look. I think it looks pretty cool. So there we go for that. And lastly but not leastly, one other accessory that has become standard fare is the Matrix of Leadership. So what you got to do is you kind of got to get your finger under here. There's like a little, just kind of a little area in here. You're going to open up his chest panel. Once you got one open, the other opens pretty easily. And of course you can open up to the Matrix chamber. We'll look inside there. Tons of molded detail, all done in just red plastic. And there is the Matrix. It just plugs in. You just reach in, pull it out of his chest. It just has a little, you can see a circular port right there. Got a port right in back. And we'll take a look at the Matrix real quick. It's done beautifully. Got the nice silver paint all around it. I think this is fully painted. Got like kind of the orangish bronze paint all around. Tons of mold detail. Nice blue crystal. It is very nicely detailed with ripples and whatnot. Looks really, really good. And how this works is you see one finger is bigger than the other. That is actually intended to go around his Matrix. Now again, I'm not going to put too much time and effort into getting this plugged in during the review. I do have a picture of it in my short. You can check that out. But he will hold this as well. You can make him do the full unleashing the power of the Matrix pose. And that is pretty much it for the accessories that fit on him. And we had to move SS86 Optimus off to the side because we have to talk about his biggest accessory. This one takes such a session to it. We have to talk about his trailer, of course. And straight away, this trailer looks like it was ripped right straight out of MP44. We'll look at a comparison in just a little bit, but you can see it's done very nicely. Got the dark gray plastic, got the ridges molded in. Looks very, very good. You got some little venting detail up here, and they got some molded detail on the side. Autobot symbol right along the side, and then of course you got the nice kind of silverish gray stripe going down. Same thing with there's the front of the trailer. Other side done very similarly. In the back, you can see you got all the hinges and whatnot molded in. You got even the door latch detailing in. You got some vent detail, all kinds of detail for the rear bumper area. The tail lights painted in red. The tires, they are plastic, but they do have some very nice tread detail on there. You got the nice silver for the wheels. They got a very nice industrial look with all the lug nuts on there. You got some suspension detailing in the blue area. You do have some detailing on the bottom as well. Looks really good. Tons of molded detail. Even got a spare tire molded in there as well, which looks absolutely too cool. And you got some conduits and wiring detail right up here. And of course, if you want this to sit, Optimus can pull it, as we'll show later on, but you can bring down his little stands right there and it will sit just fine. But of course, you can get some extra support on the bottom here. You can actually open these up right here and fold this down like that, and then you can open this right here up and fold this down as well, and you can seat this up, and we can actually open up the back end. And let's bring down the camera because this baby can do what all Optimus trailers can do, and open up. And if we take a look on the inside, you can see we're treated to just tons of molded detail all along. You got some molded seats in right here. Same thing for right here. Molded seats for like the little battle stations and whatnot. Looks really, really good. You got some nice grading on the floors. That kind of diamond plating looks superb. And you can see, of course, we are given Roller and his little command center gun. And of course, we'll take a look at Roller real quick first. And real quick, he just plugs in on these two tabs right here. You can see he's got two slots right in his little fore area, and you just gotta give him a little oomph to plug him in, and he'll just sit there nice and sturdy. He ain't going nowhere. Let's take a look at Mr. Roller. Not yet. And you can see he's done in a very nice he kind of looks, I guess, painted silver, at least on the top anyway. Yeah, he is painted silver on the top because you see the gray on the bottom, and he does look very, very good. Seating for a family of four. You could actually see all the nice little seat detail done very good. The hood detail does have molded detail all along his hood, which looks awesome. Got some venti detail and whatnot. You get the tires, they are done in black plastic, and they do have some molded detail on the tire area. He can do the roller thing and roll all along, even on my table. He rolls very nicely. And of course, if you want to, you can actually give him Optimus's ion blast. You just plug that right into the back here, and he will go to town and mow down some Decepticons. It'll swivel all around just like that, so that is pretty cool. Move Roller off to the side for now. We'll actually put Prime's blaster off to the side. Actually, what we'll do next is we will show some storage options off in the trailer. So of course you can store the rifle. You do have a little spot right down here, and you could just plug the rifle in just like this, and that'll actually hold just fine right there. You can actually see we also got some ports right here. You do get some ports right over here. Same thing right over here. So the axe goes right over here, and you can see on the axe you have a port right on the side here, and all you're going to do is you're going to put that to a mating port here, and you can just kind of plug that in, and that'll sit nice and firmly. You see it's got some plastic holdings for the top spires of it. And then of course for the blast effects, you do have that same port right here, and all you're going to do is you're just going to plug that in right along here. And you can actually store the guns in the blast effects, and you can actually store all of Prime's gear in here. Same thing for the other blast effect. We'll just kind of put that in there just so you can get an idea. That's how pretty much everything stores. He does also have his little command center posted. This thing comes out, it has a hinge right over here. You can bring this up, and then it has a hinge right over here, and it has a hinge at the top, and it will swivel all the way around very nicely. And of course he does have the little radar dish, which can open up. It'll go all the way back. It's on a very nice rotation right here. And of course he does have his control arm, which will it'll rotate all the way over. It does have kind of a mushroom peg swivel, so you can swivel it up, you can swivel it down, and it has a hinge right over here, so it can go down like this, and you can activate the claw and open it up just like that. Additionally, you can open up the cockpit, and you can see it has some seating detail right in there. I don't think anything can actually fit into this cockpit. I don't think a minifigure could fit into it. I'm not even sure if any, like, you know, the little Titan Masters could fit into it, but it's just kind of, you know, for filling up the gimmick. And of course, you can bring that up. Additionally, you can make it look like it's firing. You just have 2 ports right along here. You can just plug in the blast effects to it, and it will sit there and shoot as well. And that is pretty cool. So Optimus can command his own trailer to do his work for him. Also, you can actually fold this up and set this up. We'll bring the camera up just like this. We can bring up his little canopy to the top just like that, and we'll bring this back here. I raise the camera real quick up like this, and we can put Optimus right inside his trailer right here, so you can actually look like he's getting worked on. He has this whole armory right behind him, which is pretty cool. And of course, you can have the little cannon on top. You can have it swiveling, defending Optimus as he's getting worked on. So that is pretty cool right there. There's tons of total playability with this. And real quick, we'll be right back. We're gonna do some comparisons. So let's get our comparisons underway, and we will start off with some mainline figures. So we're gonna start off with SS86 Hot Rod, and we'll get him in there. I still have a few figures on loan from JJ. We'll get them in there with SS86 Bumblebee, so you can see how they look all together. I'll lower the camera, and yeah, this looks really, really good. The scale looks absolutely dead on. You know, I said earlier in the review that Optimus looked kind of stocky, but I like how they kept just kind of the scale all across the board. Looks really, really good. And we'll get these guys off the table, and we'll do a prime comparison. So we'll bring him in there with the missing link, or the closest thing I have to a G1 Optimus. And of course, I don't want to do this too often, but we'll get him in there with Masterpiece 44. So you can just see all of the prime options, pun intended, very much so, that we have out today. You know, we got the classic look going on. We got the Studio Series mainline look. And of course, if you have the expendable income, you could go out and get the Masterpiece. Just tons of choices for everybody right now. What a time to be alive. Who would have thought we'd live in an era where we had 3 different Optimuses to choose from? And we're gonna get these guys off the table, because I'm gonna take Optimus off the table too. We're gonna bring the trailer on here, and I'm gonna get the CO1 trailer, or the closest thing I have to a G1 trailer, so you can see how those both look together. Get them from the back real quick so you can see that all checking out. That's the closest thing I have to G1, so we'll have to go from there. And of course, you can see where this trailer was driven. I'm gonna put MP44's trailer on the bottom because it is heavy. So you can see how it looks next to the MP44 trailer. Yeah, basically just a mini-me of the MP44 trailer. I'm going to get this off the table, because next we're going to get in Mr. Roller. I'm going to lower the camera since he's a wee one, you know. We're going to bring the camera down, and of course, we're going to have Roller right here, and we'll bring in the CO1 roller, and of course, we'll bring in the MP44 roller, so you can see how these guys all look together. Just the level of detail. And obviously, the MP44 has the opening hood and all that crazy stuff. But either way, you know what? They all kind of pull off the aesthetic in their own right. And that's pretty much it for our comparisons. And before we move on to transforming him up, one last thing I did almost forget about, because it's so easy to forget because it's right part of the box, but he does come with a display base, as all of these SS86 figures do, and you can see it is the heavily damaged Autobot, so you can put him on there. I'm pretty sure it's this long, so you could probably fit all of Truck Mode on there, but there you go. Got Transformers the movie on the bottom, and unfortunately got Optimus, and it kind of Megatron must be stopped no matter the cost. But yeah, just a little gimmick that they like to include in these boxes. Alright, and it is time to get Mr. Optimus transformed up into his alternate mode, his big Freightliner truck mode. And this overall, while a bit more on the involved side as far as mainline transformations go, is no less fun and enjoyable. So what we're going to do is, just like we did with the Battle Axe, we're going to bring up the arm just like this. We're going to open up the hand. And you can actually, you want to make sure both the hands are in fists and just like straight up, and you could rotate the hand in, and then you have the tab right there. It's going to go in the slot right there. You can close this up just like this, and you want to rotate the arm all the way back. He has double jointed elbows. I guess I should have pointed that out in articulation, but this is obviously for transformation. You can bring out the arm and just rotate this down just like this, and what you're looking for is you're looking for kind of all these truck sides to line up with the Autobot symbol. It's going to be the same thing on the other side. Yes, the stacks will move around. I'll do that off camera. We'll be right back. So now he is looking like this, a little Mr. T, and what we're going to do is we're going to spin him around. We're going to undo his butt plate right here, just kind of tabs in with these tabs going into these slots right here, and bring that all the way down just like this right between his legs. And then what we're going to do is we're going to untab his back, just kind of slots in right to a slot right there, and just bring this down just like this. And we can open this up, and this is going to kind of unpack his backpack. And you can roll out these right here. You can see it's got his little tires. And what's this reminiscent of? Oh yeah, MP44's transformation. And what we're going to do is we're going to open up these panels on the side here, just kind of unlock his sides for what we're going to do next. So what we want to do next is we want to rotate him at the waist 180 degrees, so his front end is facing back, and then we're going to rotate him at the chest 180 degrees, so he's kind of like all backwards about himself. And next what we're going to do is we are going to flip this back. We're going to hide his head. You can kind of push his ears forward a bit, and we're just going to flip this all the way back, and his head's going to kind of recess into there, and you're looking for this top panel to be flush with the top of the truck. It'll snap into place. And then what we want to do is we want to adjust this right here, and we just kind of want to make this one all nice flush cohesive top end. Next what we're going to do is we're going to take this panel right here, and we're just going to flip it up and cover his face, and you're going to see these two back panels move on double hinges right here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to move them. You kind of move them out to the side, and then you just kind of move them up, and same thing for the other side. You're just going to kind of move it out to the side, and then you're going to move it up just like this. You're just going to kind of combine them. It's like you're kind of almost kind of condensing his front end just like that. We can also close these panels up right here. There's no more need to have anything open or moving. And next up what we want to do is you can see you have tabs on the arm. You got a slot right here. You got tabs right here. They're going to go into slots right here. So what you can do is you can bring down the arms. Just kind of want to rotate it back on this joint right in here, and you're just going to tab everything in just like this. Just get it nice and secure. And it's going to be the same thing for this arm. I'm going to get that tabbed in, and we will be right back. So we can see that we've kind of got most of the truck top all done and ready to go. So what we're going to do next is we're going to kind of open up his front end right here and just kind of roll out this top of the little front grille, and that's actually pretty neat how that works. You can fold this back up to make a nice cohesive front end, and then we're just going to kind of move this up. You can see it's on a double hinge right here. We're just going to kind of move it up right into there. It'll just kind of sit nice and firmly, and then what we could do is we could flip out this panel right here, bring this up just like this, flip this up, and it's going to go in right here. You can see you got slots, you got tabs all right on here. It's just going to kind of flip in and form the side of his truck. Same thing with the other side. Flip this out, you're going to flip this up and flip it in just like that. And that's pretty much it for the cab section. So what we're going to do next is we are going to kind of bring up these back plates here, and we're just going to kind of unsnap the waist. Just kind of it's a very loose snapping point. Just kind of unsnaps from the front just like this. And then what we can do is with his feet up, we can bring this back, and then we can just kind of bring this plate in here. And he got some tabs on the sides right here, and they're going to go into little tabs. It's kind of hard to show. It's going to go right into some little slots right on the feet. She's going to bring it on the front wheels, excuse me. You just got to kind of squeeze it in there and just kind of, there we go. Got to kind of open both wheels at the same time. It's a little bit of a pain, not too much, but that should kind of keep everything cohesive and in line. Next, what we want to do is we're going to start working on the legs. So we're going to open this panel up right here, and then we can kind of unfold this piece right here. I want to make sure this panel is opened up, otherwise this will actually keep going. And then we can fold down the foot, fold up the heel just like this, and we're going to do that very same thing on the other side. Keep in mind that yours has a receiving end of this little piece right here, and I'll be right back. So now we can see his legs kind of split, and you can see you have a tab right here. It's going to go into the receiver right on here, and you're just going to kind of line it all up and plug it all together and just kind of keep everything, try and keep the legs as straight as possible, just like that. And next what we're going to do is we're going to bring down this piece, just rotates on this hinge right along here. We're going to bring this down. We're going to rotate this around just like this. We're going to leave this like that. And one step I forgot is you have this panel right here. It's going to open up. You have a tab right here. It's going to go into a slot right on his leg, and then you have a little slot right here, and that's where this tab here is going to line up. So we're going to bring this in just like this, and then we can kind of bring the truck in. It'll snap in just like that. So it'll kind of complete the bed. Same thing for this side. Bring this in, and again, got the receiving slot in there in the back of the leg. Oop, this one came undone, and that'll just kind of line everything up just like that and make the truck even more cohesive and stable. Next, we're going to come back to this, and all you're going to do is you're going to rotate this in just like this, kind of bring it out, and we're going to kind of bring it up, and you have a tab right here. It's going to go into a slot right in there, just like that, and that'll kind of form the front end of the truck. And you can flip out the wheels right there. They will lock into place. Same thing for the other side. We're going to flip this out, rotate this around, and just kind of bring this up. And again, you got that tab. You want that to go into that slot right there. Bring that up, flip the wheels out just like that, and like magic. Ooh, wait. We're missing one final touch. This one comes with a trailer. Like magic, there we have Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime in his awesome looking tractor truck mode. And let's get a good look at that very typical, but no less very cool Optimus Prime alternate mode. And we're going to take the trailer right off. Incidentally, the trailer has a circular port right here. It's just going to go into a circular port right here on the truck. And I just love how they have the trailer pit molded in. That is some really nice attention to detail. We'll put the kick plate up on the trailer, just talk about the truck for a few moments, and straight away look at head on. We got the nice windshield wipers. This is basically his chest area. You got that blue behind that clear plastic, selling the illusion of a windshield. Looking good. I got the orange for the running lights. Nice and flat on top. You do got some gaps up here, but it's mainline. What do you want? Front end, nicely done with the silver paint all over. Just got to have the grill, the headlights. You got the front kick plate right here. You have some yellow right here for the running lights. That looks very, very good. So little stacks keep moving. Moving to the side, again, you got more access panels done. You got riveting detail. You got the little grab handles, Autobot symbol right here. Side windows done with that clear plastic over blue, and then of course silver for the mirrors. You got the laddering detail. You got it towards the cab area, that little step ladder, and then you got it towards the trailer. Again, the gas tanks done in silver. The wheels, they are done in plastic with a nice little tread pattern. They do have the silver, very industrial looking wheels. The rear of the cab are done a lot like the trailer, and of course the front is a little bit different. Moving to the back, again, we talked about the trailer pit area. You do have some nice red for the taillights and some nice gray detailing. Even though I know these are probably switched around, I will fix them if I ever decide it bugs me off. Something that some might find off-putting, he does have kind of a big gap right here, and yes, his head right is behind here. It personally doesn't bug me yet, so I really don't care, but you know, some case your mileage may vary, so there we go for that. And of course we'll get a good look at his bottom, where it's very nice and clean. I love how this kick plate kind of comes up and covers everything up, helps keeping the truck together. You do have its, you know, typical Optimus Prime bottom end. You got the upper legs right here, but really overall very nicely done. On his wheels, he can roll, by the way. In fact, let's complete the package. You can actually plug his trailer in and it will roll as one single unit. You can also see it's got full range of motion. You could do all those hard turns. He can get his CDL, no problem. Let's talk about his accessories in this mode, and some of these you know, some of them you are meeting for the first time. So you got his cannon right back here, and you're going to use the magazine because you can store this on his truck mode. You got these two ports right back here, and you're just going to plug this in, just kind of friction connections in nice and solid, just like that. And I'm not too crazy about this. If I'm going to store this, it'll go in the trailer like we showed earlier, but nevertheless, it's something that you can do. And of course, one final accessory that he does have, you get these blast effects right here. You get these and you get these, and this is going to recreate a special effect. In fact, I think it's this one that actually goes here. You can actually put these together. They just kind of line up. They have a port right here and you got a port right here. They just kind of line up, and you do get two of them to put together. And you can see you got a little port right on here, and what you're going to do is you have two little slots right on the bottom. You gotta kind of really be firm and deliberate about pushing these in, because they can kind of be a pain in the butt. There we go, and that's nice and firm, and you can set that down, and hold on, we need the trailer to sell this. And you can make it look just like that scene from SS-86, which is pretty cool. Just the scene where he blasted the air and shot all the Decepticons. This is by far is my favorite accessories. Takara Tommy, where is our set of these accessories for MP44? Come on, seriously? This is too cool. This is hands down one of the best accessories I've ever seen. And yeah, that's pretty much it for his accessories. And we're going to talk about his trailer just a little bit more. So one of the things this trailer does offer is you can actually store these. You're just going to take them apart just like this, and it will take his trailer off of him for a second. You can actually untab the back. It just tabs in with this rectangular piece into this slot back here. And hey, I wonder where they got this idea from. These don't really tab in. They just kind of store and sit there, which is okay by me, but they will all fit in just nicely. And yeah, you can basically store all of the accessories in the trailer, which is really cool. Something else you could store in the trailer. Now, I don't have any standard Takara Carbots, or excuse me, Hasbro Carbots, but so we're just gonna have to go with good old Bumblebee here. But you can put him in the trailer, and Optimus can take him all the way to do some espionage stuff if you so desire. And one thing we'll get Bumblebee out of the trailer. I'm going to actually open up the trailer real quick here. Let's take him out just like this, because I just want to mention a few final things before we move on. You can open everything up, and you can actually put Optimus inside his own trailer. He can get worked on if you so desire with the little repair drone. Speaking of the repair drone, you can actually take it out. So you just pull it off. It just plugs in these two ports on here. You can see it's got two male ports on this end. And who else has two female ports? Oh yeah, Roller. You could actually plug him onto Roller, and he could actually go. He could actually just kind of go around. Roller could carry the drone with him. You could actually unplug this. Instantly, this tabs in to right here, and you could actually make this go up. And of course, this can articulate as well. This tabs in right here. I forgot to mention that earlier. And yeah, you could just have Roller going all crazy with the drone into attack mode, which is also pretty cool. And yeah, I think that is finally it for all the accessories with this guy. And we'll do a couple quick comparisons. So first off, we'll bring in some mainline guys. We'll bring in SS-86 Hot Rod, and since we got through him, we'll bring in Sweet Bumblebee. So you can see how it looks at it. Yeah, this is beautiful. It is an awesome looking fleet picture right here. And lastly, but not leastly, we're gonna bring in the missing link, so you can kind of see where we're going, how it's been, and you can just, yeah, get an idea. Yes, I was planning to transform MP44, but MP44 does take a while to transform. So unfortunately, to get this review out expediently, especially before my trip, I did not transform. I do apologize in case anybody was willing to see that. I'll share a picture after the fact if I get enough clamoring for it. But either way, you can see what the truck stop looks like. And that's pretty much it for all of our comparisons. And let's sum it up for Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. And I'm going to kick this one off with an extremely bold claim. Best mainline Optimus Prime figure ever. Arguably best Optimus Prime figure period, officially speaking, of course. This thing, it borrows engineering from MP44, it borrows stuff from other various Optimus Primes. It's just like this beautiful concoction. This is like a greatest hits Optimus Prime is what this is. And it's just made for all collectors. It's priced towards all collectors. It is geared towards all collectors. I mean, anybody who's ever a fan of Optimus Prime, this should totally be on your list. It's got the solid articulation, it uses the paint applications very nicely, got nice clear plastic in there, got loads of accessories, loads of ways to use the accessories, loads of display options. I mean, this thing is just the entire complete package, and I am so happy that it came along, and I'm happy to have it on my shelf. And I'm a Masterpiece guy, and I'm just gonna say this. I said it during my unboxing, when the Studio Series 86 Ultra Magnus came out a year ago, and I saw how good that thing was. And that's JJ. I never bought one for myself. I knew that this was going to be great as soon as it got announced. And I was 100% all on board for it. I'm still 100% all on board for it. This thing was everything I was hoping it would be and more. I absolutely love it, and I can't recommend it enough. And wherein lies the problem? This guy is becoming extremely hard to find. Some Targets, he's plentiful. Some places he's not. He's starting to run out at online stores. So it's kind of a mixed bag. We're kind of in the midst of the fight right now to get one. So again, if you really want one, head out to your nearest Targets or reserve yours online. I was going to put a link to Chosen Prime. I will check them just before I post this video, and if I do see them in stock, I'll post a link there. I did see ones at Toy Dojo when I made my unboxing. I put a link in the description to that. So wherever I find this thing online, I'll put a link in the description. You can run out and grab one for yourself, or just keep hunting down the Targets, and hopefully everybody who wants one will get a chance to have one, and yeah, you are going to love it. And that being said, that is going to conclude this review. If you found this review fun and informative, hit that like button down below. Also, if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. I do Transformers reviews quite regularly of both the third-party and official variety, so definitely check those out. We got another one coming up next week. And that being said, it is time to end. I have been FC Finch. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for making me a part of your collecting journey. Good night.